Welcome to episode 3 of Tenteresting. Today I'm covering 10 interesting facts about the medium that delivered this video to your screen, the internet. Number 10. There are still many people who have never used the internet. 9 million citizens in the United Kingdom have never used the internet in any fashion, and the same can be said for 1 out of every 10 Americans. This number is down substantially from the year 2000, when 50% of Americans had never logged on. The demographics of this group is fairly equally distributed among race and gender, but is overwhelmingly composed of people above the age of 65 with less than a high school diploma and living in rural areas. Number 9. The internet has been a long time coming. The conception for what is now called the internet dates back to the 1960s. The United States government funded a project that would allow computer systems, which at the time were screenless boxes with switches and knobs on them, to send data packets to each other across telephone networks. The Advanced Research Project Agency Network, or the ARPANET, was the result. British, American, and French computer scientists conglomerated to create what would become the internet 30 years later as it grew faster and more accessible. The ARPANET was initially only to be used for military communication and academic research. Many of its creators claimed there would never be a reason for the average citizen to use it. For the sake of my AdSense revenue, boy, I'm glad they were wrong. Number 8. The first email ever sent was utter gibberish. QWERTY, or the sequential top row of a keyboard, was the first digital message successfully sent from one computer to another across the network. The email was sent from a computer to a computer right next to it in the same room, but it did so by traveling the ARPANET and not on a direct line. It was sent from and to a man by the name of Ray Tomlinson in Cambridge, Massachusetts as far back as 1971. I wish I could say that the quality of the average email has since improved from QWERTY, but let's be honest, it's gotten worse. Number 7. The internet is populated by robots. View bots, spam bots, email spamming bots, and data mining bots account for more than half of all traffic on the internet. It's difficult to determine what amount of comments left on various forums are done so by bots, but depending on what site you're on, it could range from 5% to as high as 50% of comments. Except for all of the people leaving nice comments on my videos. I know those are 100% real people whose lives I've changed for the better. Number 6. The internet is romantic. 5% of married Americans met their significant other online. The amount of people in the age range of 18 to 25 who use online dating has tripled from 10% in 2013 to 30% in 2018. The stigma towards online dating also seems to be diminishing. The amount of people who consider online dating a legitimate way to meet people increased from 44% in 2005 to 60% in 2015. On an unrelated note, yours truly is currently available. I like long walks to the beach and can make a top 10 list about what I love about you. Number 5. Different countries have different amounts of censorship. Almost all of Europe, Canada, Australia, Japan, Iraq, Pakistan, Mongolia, Laos, and much of South America and Africa make almost no effort to censor the internet. The United States, United Kingdom, Mexico, India, and Brazil have what is known as a selective amount of censorship. Russia, Colombia, Thailand, and Indonesia have a substantial amount of censorship, while most of the Middle East, China, Vietnam, and North Korea heavily censor and monitor everything on the internet. While not a country, the single entity that censored the internet the most was undeniably my parents when I was in middle school. I should have never shown my dad Newgrounds. Number 4. The internet is addictive. Internet addiction disorder is a widely recognized mental disorder among medical communities. South Korea has more than 140 publicly funded counseling centers dedicated to the task of treating teens with internet addiction. Many of them use military training methods and physical activity to treat patients. In China, a few of the more controversial rehab centers have gone as far as to use corporal punishment and electroconvulsive therapy in their treatments. Though due to public backlash in China, this is far less common than it once was. The problem is also growing in the United States and is particularly common among students. Symptoms of internet addiction disorder include depression, dishonesty, anxiety, moments of euphoria while logged on, poor sense of time, mood swings, isolation, loneliness, and procrastination. Number 3. The internet is huge. Google estimated that in 2010, the internet consisted of 5 billion gigabytes worth of data. As of now, there are more than 1 billion websites, 50,000 of which are being hacked into today, and 5,000 domain names are registered every hour. About 3 billion people use the internet every day. Facebook alone has 500 million users, more than 15% of the world's population. 72 hours worth of video is uploaded to YouTube every minute, and 250 billion emails are sent daily, though I doubt even 1% of those are read. Number 2. The internet goes underwater. Submarine communications cables are long and thick cables placed on the ocean floor that allow for quick transmission of data signals between the continents. There are about 420 of these cables in service, stretching 700,000 miles or over 1 million kilometers. The first ever submarine cable was a telegraph line that went from Ireland to Newfoundland in Canada. This line was functional in 1858, reducing the amount of time required to send a message between North America and Europe from about 10 days to under 10 minutes. Number 1. The internet is efficient. It's estimated that the internet accounts for only 2% of the world's energy consumption. This figure includes the energy required to build and power computers, smartphones, monitors, Wi-Fi transmitters, cell towers, optical switches, cables, and servers that allow computers to talk to each other. Because the internet has made so many vehicle trips and products unnecessary, it's arguable that the internet has done more to curb pollution than any other technology in the world. And that sums up episode 3 of Tenteresting. If you have a topic you want covered by a top 10 video or an explainer video made on, I have an updated set of one-time donation perks on my Patreon account for just this purpose. As always, comments, likes, shares, and subscribes go a long way to helping me grow. On that note, have a great day and thanks for watching.